I'm Jennifer Hiramoto, and I will be a judge for the Pitch Fest competition. I'm expecting very concise and dynamic presentations on how these products are going to help accelerate and add value to economic development, which is the field I'm in, and I'm hoping at the end of the day, whatever is being presented will make my job easier.
I'm Christina. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the City of San Diego, and I am one of the judges of our Shark Tank today. I hope that we learn about opportunities for economic development and platforms on how they can help communities. I expect this to be a fun interaction and hopefully educate communities on the tools that may be accessible to them.
My name is Josh Metz, and I'm here at the CalEd conference, and we're part of the first CalEd Shark Tank event, where we're going to be evaluating 5 different companies to hear their pitches. Well, I expect to see some interesting company ideas and hear how these folks are orienting to meet the demands in the market. You know, I know there's some pretty sophisticated teams here, so I'm looking forward to what they are bringing up.
Yeah, my name is Sophia Zheng. I am the founder and CEO of Bludot Technologies. And I think being able to meet together with all the economic developers throughout the entire state of California, learn and share tips with each other and just exchange ideas has been a really tremendous use of our last 2 days. And I'm hoping that the judges will bring us any questions that they might have, and we'll have some meaningful conversations with other local cities and counties.
My name is Jacob Roth. I am the PACE Programs Manager and Head of Underwriting for Dividend Finance. I think that PACE can be a real benefit to a lot of communities, and what I'd like to see come out of this presentation is that more of the economic developers that are here include PACE in part of their financing plans when they go to talk to developers.
Hi, I'm Mark Hayes, and I'm with a company called SizeUp. Economic developers are usually pretty up to date with new stuff, and they're open to new things and new ways of doing economic development. So I'm really excited to hear their opinion, what SizeUp can do and how it can help each of their individual communities. This software like this doesn't exist elsewhere, that it could be so beneficial to small businesses and be so simple to use that somebody with no background in data, no background in research could actually use this tool directly from their website without requiring any of the economic development staff time.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Christina. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the City of San Diego. And I'm pleased to welcome you all to the first ever Economic Development Shark Tank. It will be fast-paced and exciting and interactive. Today you'll see 5 companies that will share their products or services with you for economic development organizations like yours. Presentations will be limited to 7 minutes per speaker, and then followed by a few minutes for Q&A from the 3 of us and the Economic Development Sharks who will review these companies. Jennifer? Great, thank you. Hi, I'm Jennifer Hiramoto, Economic Development Director for the City of Ontario. So this is an interactive game here that we're playing. So everyone in our live audience is also interactively involved in this session. Your voice matters, and you will also be evaluating these companies. Please take out your smartphone right now and go to pollev.com/. Then after each company presents, enter your scores for their company and click the next button. At the end of this program, we will tally up the scores from the judges and the audience, and then we will be able to announce the results. Josh?
Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, I'm Josh Metz with Regional Government Services, where we support local governments, special districts, nonprofits, and universities around the state. Looking forward to seeing what these companies have regarding economic development opportunities. And now it's time to meet our first company.
Please give a warm welcome to Bryan Beatty, with the Director of Sales from GIS Planning. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. I am with, hello Sharks, hello everyone. I am Bryan Beatty with GIS Planning. We are a 24-year-old California-based company. We work exclusively with economic developers, helping them to market their communities to site selectors and to businesses all around the world, and also to support their existing business communities. You probably know us more by Zoom Prospector Enterprise. That's our site selection platform. We have clients ranging from Humboldt County up north down to Anaheim and Corona down in this neck of the woods. And as of this morning, hopefully you heard that GoBiz is now live with a statewide version of Zoom Prospector. But I'm here to talk about Zoom Tour. This is something we developed during the pandemic. We had a lot of clients who were more and more relying on virtual tours, virtual technologies, and we felt that there was a need for something a little above and beyond what you can get from a simple video or YouTube, or obviously still pictures. So with Zoom Tour, you can tell a kind of themed story or tour on any topic that you want. It's not even restricted to economic development. And you can do so using any kind of media ranging from still photos, drone footage, anything in between. We integrate well with Google Maps and Google Street View, so you can make a tour very quickly and easily. And then you can also, on the other end of the scale, be very sophisticated and use that drone or that 360 technology. You can also share these tours on social media, send it on emails, including proposals. And I'm just going to, I don't know how well you can see the screen, but we worked with a regional EDC in South Carolina. They were the first to go live with Zoom Tour. They did incorporate drone footage, so you can do a full 360 tour of their inland port. You can look at Myrtle Beach. So they kind of talk about quality of life. They talk about the logistics of the community, and they even talk about their workforce. And on the other end, here's a very simple site selection tour. So you can do a tour of some specific industrial parks or office parks in your community. You can simply kind of give people a look and feel and have an immersive look at the community itself, showing, your parks, your events that take place within the community, just pictures or Google Street Views of your city hall. One of our clients did a tour of anchor companies in a specific cluster. In this case, Arizona did a tour of all the food processing companies. And this is very simple. You have a street address, which gives you Google Earth, Google Maps, and then you put in a link to the website of the company, and you proceed through each stop on the tour. So Santa Clarita Valley EDC has a great tour of their office parks. They link directly to the companies that manage those office parks. So if you are interested in putting your business in there, you have a contact that you can reach out to immediately. They're also promoting their film and TV production office. And going further, Abbotsford in Canada has a Walk of Fame tour of all the locations used in film and TV production. And they have a series of tours aimed at those producers saying, look, if you want to do your Mighty Ducks 3 or whatever, you can come to our community. We've got facilities that you can use for filming. They also have tours of their local restaurants. Unfortunately, they were hit by flooding last November, so they created a tour of resources for the ag industry. So if you were affected by the floods in Abbotsford, you have a resource you can go to and get to a website, get contact information, reach out and get money or funding or just information that you need. This can be used obviously for tourism as well. And in fact, Abbotsford is a Walk of Fame tour. You can create tours on any topic that you like. It's very easy to create a tour, as I said. You can simply plug in a street address or even latitude and longitude. That automatically gets you Google Maps and Google Street View. You can then upload a few still photos, and you can keep it very simple that way. Or, again, you can go out and get a drone, do some 360 video, incorporate that into the tour with those other types of media. The only limit is your imagination. We have clients right now. One in Arizona is putting together a tour for military personnel. They have a lot of military bases. They just want a tour saying, okay, if you're cycling in, here are the schools, here are the VA resources that you have access to. Abbotsford is really gone above and beyond. They have their disaster recovery tour, their Walk of Fame and TV film production tours. They have a tour of gardens in the city. We have clients who are putting together tours of events that take place within their city. The licensing is simple. It's $5,000 per year for anything below a state. That's for unlimited tours, and there's no limit on the content in that tour. We're getting great feedback from our clients on this. They love it. They find it fun and easy to use, and it really does spark their imagination and maybe opens up things that they weren't thinking of before, like how do we get our Parks and Rec department involved with what we're doing in economic development or community development. But seeing is believing, so I have a table up in the exhibit area. I will be there all day tomorrow, so please stop by. I'd be happy to show you some of these tours in detail.
All right. Thank you, Bryan. As far as the platform goes, how do you integrate into existing systems that municipalities or EDOs have?
So all of our software is cloud-based. So you have an admin system that is you access, you upload your media or connect to your media, and then you simply put a link on your website. So it doesn't have to touch any of your IT infrastructure. But it can integrate with it. So for example, you could integrate your own GIS system with Zoom Tour. You can simply link to your web page, the City Economic Development Department web page, or the chamber, or whatever you want.
I'm going for a tearjerker moment here. So can you just rewind and tell us a little bit more about the origin story and what was the problem that you were trying to solve for with creating GIS planning?
So the original, going back to 1998 when we were founded, the original thought was we see all this commerce becoming e-commerce, going online. More and more people, if you want anything, a car, a shoe, a house, you're going to go to a website and look for that information. And human nature being what it is, if you don't find what you want in about 10 seconds, you're going to another website. That's just how it works. And we thought economic development is going to follow suit. If I'm a business person or a site selector, and I'm looking for a place to site my business or expand or relocate, I'm going to look for specific demographic data. Is there a labor force I can employ? I know the assumption of economic developers is they're just going to call you and ask you those questions, but the reality is, first they're going to go to your website and they're going to look for that data. And as with other forms of e-commerce, in about less than 10 seconds now, if they don't find it, they're simply going to go to that website that does have that data. And we've actually done surveys of both site selectors and economic developers that kind of prove out that thesis.
Great. Let's give Bryan a round of applause. And go ahead. Please give a warm welcome to Mark Hayes, Director of Business Development for SizeUp. Mark, take it away.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Mark Hayes. I'm with a company called SizeUp. The first part of my presentation is interactive, so please play along. It's not going to last long. Raise your hand if you agree with the following statements. Local and small businesses are important. Business retention and expansion is important. Entrepreneurship is important. You have enough staff to be able to personally assist every local and small business in your community with custom and individualized support. All right, this is an age-old problem. As you can see, we all agree, more so than ever, that small businesses are important. But it is impossible to have enough staff to support them with the individualized care that they need, and quite frankly, with the custom reports that they would need to help themselves grow. But what if I told you there is a solution that's fast, easy, and accessible? It's a solution that could be on your website that can help businesses 24/7 whenever they needed it, and it would be individualized for them. This same software solution that was voted the #1 way to help grow jobs and businesses by executives from Facebook, from Salesforce.com, from Google, and even the U.S. Department of Commerce. Well, that software solution, as you may have guessed, is called SizeUp. This tool is built specifically for your existing businesses, with no business being too small. This tool will go directly onto your economic development website and be available anytime they need it. This tool, with any tool in small business, needs to be easy to use because it is completely do-it-yourself. It will not require any of your staff to help these businesses. They will help themselves because they just need to know what they do and where they do it at. So my first example is we're going to be a coffee shop in San Diego, California, random city. So in San Diego, California, I want to compare myself to other coffee shops. And I want to do this in many different categories. So my coffee shop makes $1.2 million in total revenue. How am I doing? I would have no way of knowing without seeing that data in front of me. And SizeUp's going to tell me within the city, the county, the metro, the state, and the nation, how I compare to others who do exactly what it is I do. We also have heat mapping throughout the tool. Heat mapping is great because it's visual. I can see where the businesses are that are performing the best in my industry and see where businesses aren't performing so well, or maybe where there just might not be so many of them where I could crack into that market. I really could go visit businesses in the neighborhoods that are performing the best and see what's different about them that I could be helping my business do. We also have trending information. Is this an industry that is taking off at the national level or in the state of California? Or maybe it's taking off in the metro but not yet in my city. You're going to be able to compare that information for trending. Paying your employees appropriate salaries. Obviously, tight labor market, you need to make sure you're paying a competitive wage. SizeUp's going to tell you in your industry what a competitive wage is locally and throughout the state. And then you can even benchmark open days. So small businesses don't usually know when they should be open. Well, what days should you be open? What hours on average are your competitors open? Let's make sure you're open when you could be doing business. And then there's even now digital benchmarking. Your website presence, what's it like compared to others in your industry? Do you have a Facebook, a Twitter, a LinkedIn, a YouTube? Compared to others in your industry, there might be opportunities that you're missing. And this is brand new. We just added this in the last month. It doesn't exist anywhere else. There's a lot of things I can click through. And as you see a great snapshot here of your business performance, it's simple, right? Category, where my business is, and then a scale that shows me what percentile I fall in. Super simple, but a huge amount of data is being computed here in an easy to understand way. That's the benchmarking section. In the competition module, I am going to say that I'm a plumber from Ontario, California. So I'm going to be a plumber, and I want to see where all my competitors are, so I can see them on a Google map in red dots. Where are the people I'm competing with? So if I'm thinking about starting a business, if I'm thinking about expanding a business, let's not make sure we're on top of other competitors. But what else I can do on top of this Google map is I can find where my business customers are. So customers sell to other businesses. Again, very simple. Click on it, start typing in who I might sell to. So I sell to residential home builders because I want to be one of their subcontractors because they're always looking for new ones. Tell SizeUp that. It's going to put on green dots all my potential business customers and their contact information. I can do the very same thing with suppliers. That'll show up in blue dots. Where are all the people that can supply my plumbing business? Because right now supply is limited and I might have to call 4, 5, 6, 7 different businesses to get what I need. SizeUp's going to put them in blue dots with name, address, phone number, website, where I could literally get a lead list of customers compared with a lead list of suppliers and compare that to where I have competitors located at. So we've essentially created a buy local program here, right? Here are my local customers, my local suppliers. There's where my competitors are. In addition to that, you can drop some consumer spending heat maps on top of this to see where are the households spending money in my industry? How does that compare to where my competitors are at? The third and final tool I'm going to show you today is our advertising section. So I'm a dentist in Stockton, California. The first thing SizeUp's going to do is show me best places to advertise by total revenue in my industry. This is where the most money is being earned. If that's all you want to think about, go capture some of this money. I can also think a little deeper and break it down by revenues per capita, or I can break it down by most underserved markets. Now the highlighted areas are markets that they're not making as much revenue as the data suggests that they should. So they're potentially underserved. Go check those markets out. We can also add additional filters. Make my radius wider, make it smaller. Say I'm a pediatric dentist, so I'm searching age ranges within when people are having kids. Or I'm an orthodontist, and anyone who's ever put braces on their kids, I know I need high household income because they're expensive. So I can search all of that information and make it custom to my business, not just my industry, but my business. So one more thing I want to show you, entrepreneurship's taking off. I know everyone in here, they've noticed new businesses popping up everywhere. It's not in your head. California is seeing a giant entrepreneurship boom right now. And it's important we take advantage of this. And how do we take advantage of it? We reduce the small business failure rate. 50% of small businesses fail in their first 5 years, but 20% of those fail in year 1. It's pivotal that they get information and they get it right now to avoid failing. So not only can we grow them, but we'll just keep them in business. 62% of these businesses that fail due to lack of preparation. We can fix that. Yep.
All right. So thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Question for you. In all of this data, how is SizeUp helping on issues of equity that are being faced with municipalities?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped. Minority-owned small businesses tend to, honestly, have it worse than most. So SizeUp is going to help every business, but especially those that might not have access to information. They're not going to have access to stuff. This tool is available. It can be available via mobile. So even if you don't have home internet, you could be using this tool via the mobile website on your phone. We do highlight some businesses within here that might be minority businesses. If you said, you know what, I specifically want to look for women-owned businesses or minority-owned businesses, some of that's highlighted within the tool as well. So it's giving access to information to people who don't typically have it.
Yeah, we can tell you're really enthusiastic about it, so that's great.
I'm trying to stay warm.
Yeah. Put the extra jacket up here. I'm just curious, how old is your company and what are your growth plans?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So SizeUp has been around since 2011. So this tool has been around a while, and we're in most of the country and throughout the state of California. Our growth has been, it's been on a pretty good scale. Mainly in the last 2 years, people realized that those groups who thought were helping small businesses might not have been. And a lot of economic developers have stepped up to actually provide information for businesses now. And we even have, with our trajectory, we have a brand new tool that we actually are launching. We just launched this week. That is an entrepreneurship advisor. So it's our small business entrepreneur advisor that, I couldn't show you, but I am around and I'd be happy to show you. And if you happen to look at the screen, my email is right there. Not that I'm still presenting. That was answering your question.
And final question, so it's budget season for many of us. Can you talk about your customer base and understand who is going to utilize this? The cities that are buying this platform on behalf of the businesses who then utilize this for themselves, and what is that cost?
Yes, Jennifer, you nailed it. The Economic Development Organization or the city is our customer, and the small businesses get to use it for free directly through the website. They don't have to log in. They don't have to do anything. Just go to the website and use it. Price is based on population, so the San Diegos of the world are going to cost more than some other cities, but on average for most people in here, it's under $10,000 per year. So very affordable no matter where you are.
Great. Well, thank you. A warm round of
Thank you, everybody.
Please give a warm welcome to Sophia Zheng, founder of Bludot Technology.
Hi Sharks, my name is Sophia. I'm the founder and CEO of Bludot. Today I am seeking $100,000. Just kidding, not doing that. All right, in all seriousness, Bludot is a startup. We started in the year 2019. Based in the Bay Area. During the 16 weeks, we literally had designated people who built the entire Bludot platform from scratch in collaboration with the city. Since we launched about 2 years ago, we have expanded to over 150 communities across 22 states. Many of our cities are with us here in the audience today, so I'm so stoked to meet everybody in person. In today's 7-minute presentation, I will be giving a quick tour of the 3 different products within our platform. But please do feel free to come find us afterwards or come talk to us. We'll be more than happy to meet with all of you and talk about more. The first product we're going to be focusing on today is our main BRD platform. This platform is designed to help you manage, track, and support all of your existing businesses as well as any of your attraction projects. We have summarized 4 key takeaways for you guys today. First and foremost, Bludot comes to you pre-populated with all of your local business data. From working with all the small to medium-sized cities and counties across the country, we know that having data is always one of the most challenging parts. So that's why at Bludot, first and foremost, we want to make sure that you have really good data, including industry sectors, including employee sizes, as well as revenue sizes, follow your local businesses from the first time that you log in, without you having to personally go and dig up the data or deal with messy spreadsheets. Secondly, we want to make sure that we can help you keep track of any of the notes or engagements or projects that you have going on with those businesses. This is extremely important to make sure that you always have a place that you can refer back to, so that you know 3 months ago or 6 months ago what was it that the discussion was about, or when did the call take place. But most importantly, this is also extremely helpful for anybody on your team to always being able to pull up that record and being able to be on the same page and know what's going on. Bludot is also where you can scale your outreach. So that means if you have that really critical resource or that grant opportunity that you want to share with all of your retail sectors or your restaurants, you're going to be able to do that really quickly within a few clicks. You can pull up all of the target audience just within Bludot and send them a quick email right from the get-go. And lastly, you're going to be able to present that impact. We know that many of you need to put together presentations or showcase and tell your story to your relevant stakeholders. We want to make sure that you can leverage the summary dashboard as well as the custom reporting tools to design any kind of charts or any kind of storytelling that you want to do to meet your strategic goals. Alrighty. The next two products I'm going to highlight today are both very much geared towards the consumer-facing sectors. Bludot Open is a public-facing business directory. So this actually started in the beginning of COVID as an open essential businesses. Since then, it has grown into a digital business directory that a lot of our cities have been using to promote their local businesses to the local community. One of the key benefits of this platform is that it allows the business owners to update their profile directly. So in addition to making sure that it's interactive and mobile friendly, this also allows the business owners a way to get their information online. We all know that a lot of business owners are not very tech savvy, and they may or may not have a website, which has proven to be extremely important since COVID. So with your city's open, let's say Bludot Open business directory site, they're going to be able to come in and quickly get their information online by just filling out one quick form. In addition, if they already have a website or if they're already on social media, this is a great way to increase their search engine optimization and get more traction on their digital presence. All right, moving to our last product of the day, Open Rewards. This is our community-wide rewards program that will help you incentivize consumers to shop local. This is our latest launch. I want to give a shout out to City of Antioch, our partner city, to launch this. Woohoo! Hi, Kwame! To launch this at City of Antioch. It's been really, really great to be able to partner with the city to support all of the local businesses and help our shoppers earn rewards. The way that it works is that consumers will be able to download the app and create their account. Once they have their account created, they will be able to earn rewards anytime they shop local at their eligible businesses in your community. You will get to decide what eligible businesses mean. So for example, it could be just a mom and pop shop in your town. It could be certain categories. You could limit it to even certain parts of the city that you're trying to revitalize. You can also get to decide what is the amount of rewards that people will get to earn. For example, it could be 5%, 10%, or whatever the amount that you guys decide is suitable for your city's budget. Once the consumers have been earning rewards in their Open Rewards wallet, they will be able to use those rewards anywhere in the same city. However, they can't take the money out. They must spend it back at another business in the same city. So for example, if I earned rewards at a restaurant in your city, and then I will be able to use those rewards to get coffee, get ice cream, as long as it's within the same city. So this way, you get to ensure that every single dollar that your city invests in the program stays local and goes to a local business one way or another. All right, so I'm going to go through a quick example of an actual shopper. So take the example of this local shopper. She got groceries at a locally owned supermarket. She then picked up gifts from the local mercantile. She then got dinner from the local restaurants. And just from these 3 purchases alone, she earned over $10 of reward, which she then spent at a local fancy restaurant by the marina and got a Sunday brunch.
From these activities, the city's investment was just over $10. However, the total economic impact in terms of service spending is over $240. So the ROI is literally 24 times. This is why I'm extremely excited about this program because it literally maximizes everything. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. Open for questions.
Nice set of tools you put together for you to see progress in a couple short years. You mentioned a bit about your market size already. What's your growth plan?
Our growth plans are going to take over the world. Well, we hope to really empower the small to medium-sized cities all across the country. Just by partnering with over 100 communities already across 22 states, we know that the challenges are really shared across very different set of communities. And we hope to make our tools available, affordable, to be able to elevate in a way that is used for development.
So I'm really glad that you mentioned that there's a diverse community, and California is the most diverse of any city. And so thinking about that, having business owners have to put in their information, does your platform allow for various languages?
That's a great question. It has actually come up. Right now, a lot of our cities, for example, if they need to disseminate information in multiple languages, such as English, Spanish, or any of the other languages spoken, they're able to include those multiple languages in the information that they share. So that is extremely helpful because then from whoever is the business owner on the receiving end, they will be able to scroll to the section that matters for them in the language that they can digest. So yeah, great questions.
So I think as economic developers, we're always looking for platforms to make our lives easier. So in the example with Antioch, once Antioch is signed up with you for the rewards program, does Bludot then go and work and engage the other businesses to get them to sign up? So in other words, the city doesn't have to do anything, right?
That's a great question. Exactly. We definitely want to provide a turnkey solution because we know how busy you all already are. So with the rewards program, the businesses actually do not have to sign up. We don't require them to have to do anything. For them, it's just business as usual. From the city's perspective, it's literally no administrative overhead. Everything is handled by the app. And from the city, they will be able to just check out the data, see the economic impact, as well as exactly where people are shopping. Awesome.
All right, thank you, Sophia.
Thank you, guys.
So those entering input into their phones, please do that. And back to you, Christina.
Great. Please give a warm welcome to John Kiesler, CEO of Sunstone Management. John?
All right, hello, Sharks. So I wonder who here would like $100,000 to give to a technology company if they would locate in your city. And it's other people's money. My name is John Kiesler, and I am the CEO of Sunstone Management. Our goal is to help cities attract high-tech startups to their cities to create businesses and jobs for their community benefit. We're a venture capital firm, and we want to be your partner. We want to work with you to find great people who will come and start their businesses in their cities, provide them technical assistance and training, and offer them investor capital to create jobs over a 3 to 5 year period. The challenges that we're facing right now as local governments is that we don't have resources for business attraction. I know, I was an economic development director for the past 5 years. We've lost many of our tools for job growth. We're competing with other regions where these businesses can go and they can get capital and incentives. And we have a hard time retaining the talent that is produced by our local universities and our workforce development agencies. But guess what? We have other free resources in our cities and in our regions. Our universities are looking to find job opportunities for their talented students and entrepreneurs. Our investors are looking for high quality companies to invest in. with the hope that those companies will grow and someday return on their investment. So the solution that I'm here to offer you, Sharks, and to all you cities who are interested in partnering with me and my partners at Sunstone Management, is to create a nonprofit accelerator in your city, a partnership between your city government, your university, and a private venture capital firm that can offer investment opportunities for companies that will locate in your city. This is a public-private partnership that doesn't cost you a thing. It involves leveraging the resources that already exist, including state and federal funding, that can contribute to the operation of your accelerator. Let me give you an example. Over the last 18 months, the Long Beach Accelerator, which Sunstone Management provides the capital for, has attracted 21 new high-tech startups to the city of Long Beach. It costs the city nothing. Sunstone Management invested $2.1 million in those 21 companies. And of those 21 companies, 15 of those high-tech startups were led by or founded by women and people of color. Of those 21 companies, 4 have now received acquisition offers, and Sunstone Management in the month of June will be sitting down to talk about $800,000 investments for those companies who have met certain milestones. So, what I'm offering you, Sharks, is the best opportunity in the world. I'm offering to bring other people's money to your city, to attract high-tech startups, create jobs, and I'm willing to also offer startup grants to nonprofits, accelerators who are willing to partner with us. Anybody would like to invest, please see me over at the bar, because I think it's time for happy hour. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, so what's the criteria you use to select the communities you work with?
Absolutely. So the question about the communities we choose to work with. First of all, we need a willing partner. We like to find rural communities. The source of our capital actually provides additional benefits to our investors if they invest in what we call targeted employment areas, TEAs, that have a hard time attracting investment. Number 2, we really like to invest in rural communities because there are benefits to our investors for investing in rural communities that don't have a lot of technology companies or startup investors. We're also very interested in cities who have universities, sources of talent, and specifically publicly funded universities like CSUs and UCs, because we turn to those partners to provide both talent and technical assistance to the tech companies that are in the accelerator.
Can you tell me your origin story?
Oh, my origin story. So I would like to tell my founding partner, John Zheng's origin story. As an entrepreneur himself who came to California, he saw the power of entrepreneurial ecosystems in the state of California and the power of the aspirational nature of the California dream. So Sunstone, which was founded by an immigrant entrepreneur, our partners are 60% women or people of color, believe in an accessible entrepreneurial ecosystem and investing in that as a powerful force for economic development.
So the way I envision this is you're driving into cities with a truckload of cash and you're just looking to hand it out. But I imagine that there's more of a process to it than that. So how do you go about then getting the word out about the services that you're offering? And then how do you develop those relationships with these companies to know that it's a worthwhile proposition on both sides?
Absolutely. So in terms of this is real private equity venture capital investment. And so we do have a really talented investment team that will help the city, the nonprofit accelerator, the university, and other partners to develop a criteria for admissions into the accelerators. We'll also assist in the vetting of the companies who are investment ready.
and will assist with bringing partners from around our network into the accelerators to provide the technical assistance, which includes curriculum and other things that improve the quality assurance and de-risk the investment for our private equity investors. So there is criteria that we can help develop. These are long-term economic development strategies that may take us just a couple of months to hammer out an agreement, but take us years to develop. But as I mentioned before, we're ready to talk with you today about the resources that already exist, and you'd be surprised how many talented partners are already available to you in your region.
Great. Well, let's give John a big round of applause. And go ahead and enter your feedback through your smartphone or Sunstone Gaming device.
Please give a warm welcome to Jacob Roth with Pace Commercial Dividend Finance.
Good afternoon, Sharks, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Like Josh said, my name is Jacob Roth. I am the PACE Programs Manager and Director of Underwriting and Project Management for Dividend Finance's Commercial PACE program. Dividend Finance is the program administrator for the CETA Fig Tree PACE program, and I'm here to tell you about how you can fill and make happen all of those projects that have been sitting in your queues for the last couple of years. Everybody here, well, there's a lot of problems in economic development, but one of your biggest ones, you need more development of sustainable properties, and you're not getting it. Well, why aren't you getting it? And we've talked all day about why you're not getting it, but one of the biggest reasons that you aren't getting it is something that's happened pretty recently. A 1-2-3 anti-development knockout of rising interest rates, supply chain slowdowns, and increasing sustainability mandates. And that's causing the cost to rise for every project that's going into your communities. So how do you fight that? You fight that with commercial PACE. Some cities here already have commercial PACE in your jurisdictions. Some cities and counties don't yet have it. So we're looking for everyone to have this tool in their economic development toolbox to help get these projects done. So how does PACE punch back? Well, over the last 10 years, PACE across the country has created over 24,000 job years, abated 3 million metric tons of carbon, a total economic impact of $3 billion, and saved 10 billion kilowatt hours of energy. To put that into perspective, 10 billion kilowatt hours is what Sacramento uses in 4.5 years. So that's a huge savings, and that's something that every PACE project is directly responsible for, and bringing PACE into your communities can mean you are directly responsible for it as well. So Build Back Better didn't happen, but you can still build better buildings with CPACE. PACE reduces the cost of capital and capital requirements on projects like these and increases the working capital availability. The project on top is a new construction project in Anaheim, 156 multifamily units with a affordable housing carve-out. $7 million of PACE is going to replace some of the equity that would need to be raised for this project, reducing the cost of capital for that $7 million by 3 percentage points. That's huge. Even if you only look at it over the course of construction, 3% for $7 million over 3 years is an enormous amount of money that can be used to lower the total cost of construction. And the project below it, Savage & Cook Distillery in Vallejo, is using $12.7 million of CPACE to recapitalize seismic retrofitting and energy efficiency upgrades that were done to the property in order for it to be habitable. And they're going to reinvest that $12.7 million into growing their business and investing in more jobs and more local development around their business. So that's development that the city of Vallejo, when they brought the PACE program in, can now say they were directly responsible for. PACE is a public-private partnership. We can't do this without you. So we need you to help us. But this is the result of what can come out of it. So PACE punches back. Where does it hit hard? Cool roofing, lighting, renewable energy, water conservation, things we've talked about for years, and some stuff that you're just starting to talk about, seismic resiliency. We're in LA County. Seismic resiliency is huge. Soft-story buildings are required to retrofit. Wildfire suppression. That's been on everybody's lips for the last 2 years. Air purification, again, been on everybody's lips for the last 2 years. All of that is PACE eligible and can be financed through CPACE. If CPACE was used in just 15% of the commercial buildings in the US, we're the 5th biggest economy in the world. We heard that yesterday. We get a lion's share of this. $298 billion would be invested, 3 million job years, 1.05 trillion kilowatt hours saved, and 372 million metric tons of carbon would be abated. All of that would round up to $542 billion of economic output that we can collectively be responsible for. That is a massive investment, and it can all come from us. To put the 1.05 trillion kilowatt hours into perspective, that's 78% of the annual electric consumption of the entire United States households. What percent do you think California is? We could take a massive chunk of that. The best part for you about CPACE is it costs you nothing. There are no jurisdictional costs to adding CPACE to your toolbox. And we play well with everything else that you're already doing. Opportunity zones, new market tax credits, LIHTC, historics, and all the grants and tax abatements that you already have. All of that can be layered into your project, and then PACE can be put in the middle there to bridge that financing gap. PACE can be applied to any project that's being worked on right now. So the new construction projects that have a little bit of cost gap, put in PACE. Existing properties that are maybe getting older, that you need PACE on, that you want to see upgraded, offer PACE to those property owners. Say, hey, you want to do $1 million in seismic and new roof and LED lighting, put some solar, EV charging. We brought PACE into the community so you can do that and you can finance it at a fixed rate for 30 years. We can also recapitalize recently completed projects. If something happened in the last couple of years and you heard the developer saying, hey, you know what, this cost me more than I wanted to because the financing costs are just too high, we can come in and potentially lower those costs, or we can stretch them out over 30 years. That's a win for a lot of people. And I'll wrap up by saying that CPACE evolves as your needs evolve. 10 years ago, CPACE was a legacy program focused on renewables, energy efficiency, and water conservation. Over the last couple of years, its focus now is on new construction, seismic retrofits, EV charging, wildfires, and retrofitting and recapitalizing projects that have already happened. So CPACE can be a full solution for sustainability for all of the projects that you're thinking about, and I hope that you consider bringing CPACE into your jurisdiction or pushing it if it's already there. And with that, I'm sure I've given the Sharks a lot to think about.
Excellent presentation. One question, just to get started here. Why wouldn't you go with PACE? What is any downside?
Well, if you don't like long-term money, I suppose that would be a downside. If you don't like fixed rates, that's a downside. No, in all honesty, the downsides have to do with the time that it takes. It does take more time than, for example, closing a line of credit, because it is property-based financing. So we do require an appraisal if there isn't a recent appraisal on the property. And as I mentioned, all of the things that are PACE eligible, we do, and this is a nationwide program, and everyone would ask for this, is that we do ask to see that what you're doing is going to be in some form beneficial to the property. So we look to see some form of energy audit, and sometimes those can take time.
So PACE has been around for a while. What can you tell us about ways that it's innovated recently?
Yeah, absolutely. So a great example of that would be actually the County of San Diego. In the last few months, the County of San Diego has adopted a new resolution to add in seismic resiliency, EV charging, and wildfire suppression as eligible measures under the PACE program. Those measures were added 4 years ago by the California State Legislature, and are being added to all of the toolboxes as they're needed. PACE is also, like I said, used to be about retrofits. Now it's about retrofits, new construction, and recapitalizing existing projects. So it's grown quite a bit over the last few years.
All right, excellent. Good answers. Thank you. So now's the time when we're looking for the audience feedback. So please take a moment with your phone to enter, start the survey and enter your input on the presentation here. And we'll take a few minutes to do that.
And the winner is. And the winner is.
And the winner is.
Show me the money! Derek, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
All right, well, I want to thank everybody on behalf of the judges for participating in this very fun Pitch Fest. So we ran the numbers, and it turns out that the judges are very much aligned with you in the audience, which is great. I'm glad that we're all here together. So, drum roll, please. We have some CalEd bucks that we're going to be dishing out, which has a real life value of nothing. So, dividend finance, you will receive an investment of $3 million. Way to go. Bludot Technologies, you will also receive an investment of $3 million. All right. For $7 million, we have GIS planning. And Sunstone Management is also going to get $7 million, but he's not here, so GIS, you get that too. With that leaves us with our grand prize winner of $10 million. SizeUp, you are taking the award. Perfect. So there you go. That concludes our presentation. Booze it up, as they say. So have a good time. We'll see you very soon. Thank you all.
I thought they did a great job. They're obviously very passionate about their various platforms. I wish it would have been a little warmer out here today, but lovely day in California. I really think that SizeUp is a good platform that a lot of communities, large and small, could use. I also feel like the personal touch that GIS planning and Sunstone Management provided would provide communities the opportunity to tailor their program and their technology. I would have to say SizeUp, it really did seem like it could plug and play. It also provides businesses with some of the things they don't know, which is about their market and how to be more competitive and really enabling them with data.
I thought they were informative and fun, and I love the passion and enthusiasm. But most importantly, these are real-time solutions that can help people like me that are working at cities, and I am looking forward to giving a follow-up call to a few of these folks. One of the companies that really stood out was Sunstone Management. I think that in the field of investing in startups, John Keisler really has a great knowledge of that in his work with Long Beach, and I think it's something that we can easily see applicable to communities like ours in the city of Ontario. So my favorite company was SizeUp. They seem to have a very practical solution to assist small businesses in particular on how to grow, and it's also, again, very helpful for practitioners like us at the cities so that we can have a tool that we can easily refer to the other businesses.
Well, I think they were well done. I mean, these are some maturing companies. I mean, there was a nice range. Actually, there was a youngish company, but they've all got existing client base, and that's kind of proving it out in the market. And I think there's some real standouts too. So it was great. Yeah, good selection. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the SizeUp company, the tool that they have put together seems very useful for local entrepreneurship. I thought that was just a nice package overall. It seemed like it was pretty well oiled machine, so I'm intrigued by that one. I mean, the GIS planning, I've been following this company for years, and I'm just impressed to see the progress that they've made. And I think recently they were acquired by Financial Times, I believe, so they've gotten some investment in there, and just nice to see it continue to grow. And then, Bludot I thought was, a great kind of grassroots, kind of ground up company that, I really like what she was trying to do with the local, kind of keeping the money local and incentivizing people to shop local. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was most impressed with the SizeUp company and the technology that they offer. I think it's particularly timely for all the entrepreneurship that's going on and that we're seeing out there. So I'm gonna bring that back to my clients that I work with and see if they'll like to bring it into their BRNE website.
From my perspective, it went great. I was able to call out some of our clients who were in the audience, and they gave me a good shout out. Number one, full disclosure, I'm friends with Mark. I think he's great. He's a great salesperson. So I'm actually very happy that he won.
They had insightful questions. I appreciated the things they asked. I appreciated that they saw the value. I obviously am very passionate about what I do and what we do as a company with SizeUp. And it's good when others see that same vision, that it confirms that how you feel about it is actually what the public would perceive it as well. Right. So imagine how small businesses would feel, right? That actually get to use the tool. So it was pretty cool.
I think it went really well. I think it was well received. I think a lot of people took at least something away from it, and some people took a lot from it. I'm looking forward to the reception we're on. See what change we can really make.
It was great. I loved it. It's a new format this year. I'm so glad that we got to participate. The audience was really good, and I really, really loved the questions from the judges that allowed me to clarify the program more.
I thought the questions were insightful. I thought they really, took something away from the presentation. I thought they understood well what we were trying to show, and hopefully the questions that they asked helped answer some of the questions for the audience.